Mr. President, it's General Carville at the Pentagon on line 5.
This is Dugan.
Mr. President, I'm afraid we have a heck of a situation down here.
How bad could it be, Ben?
According to NORAD, we've got Soviet aircraft coming at us from all directions and ground troops pushing up through Mexico. I don't know how they snuck in on us.
You better double check this with NORAD. This doesn't make any sense. I'll call the Kremlin.
Will do.
Da, Premier Romanov here.
What's going on over there, Alex?
Why, Mr. President, whatever do you mean?
Alex, I have, You're throwing everything you've got at us, Alex. We're supposed to be allies, you maniac. I'm the one that put you into office.
Listen very carefully. I am not your pet, Mr. President. We Romanovs have our legacy to consider.
I don't give a wooden nickel about your legacy. You call them off. Alex, you call them off. You know, we'll retaliate.
Oh, don't be so sure, Mr. President.
Sir,
Verification?
you betcha.
Sweet mother. It's time to hit back. Make it happen.
Yes, sir. This is General Carville. Soviet invasion confirmed. Execute launch order 010, Adam Delta Charlie.
Have confirmation. Missiles prime.
Armed!
Missile command.
10 seconds to launch. Open the missile silos. Jerry, what? We have to open the silos, or they'll explode under... The silo doors are closed. This is suicide.
Is it done, Yuri?
No, Comrade Premier. It has only begun.
Hello everybody, I am Paul with many voices and welcome to one of my favorite games of all time, Command & Conquer Red Alert 2. Now for me, Command & Conquer Red Alert 2 has got some of the most quotable cutscenes in the entire game universe, probably next to Warcraft 2 and 3, though I've never played World of Warcraft or many other games, but to me, Red Alert 2 is definitely on top of the game. As such, I have a little funny story that I want to share. Me and a friend of mine, years and years ago, would sit on a train, and I would sit on the left side of the train, and he would sit on the right side, and basically at the same height, but I would give him a call, and we would act out the intro conversation between President Dugan and Premier Romanov. and the looks on people's faces as they were individually listening in on our conversation, not knowing that we were having a conversation over the phone, me and my friend, despite the fact that we were sitting, probably because we were sitting so far apart, was just funny to make people think that we were actually important people that were being under attack. So that was just a funny story. Anyway, today I will be starting a brand new campaign playthrough.
Sir, yes, sir.
And as you can see, we can play as the Allies and as the Soviets. Now this will be the voice that I'll use for the Allies. And because this game has a total of 26 missions, 2 training missions and then 12 campaign missions for each of the Soviets and of the Allies, what I will do is that every day you will get 2 videos starting next week. I'll be doing the training missions in one particular video, and then next week we will start with the Allies, and I'll do the first and second mission as 2 separate videos, but you'll get them about an hour or 2 apart. Would you like that? Otherwise this would be dragging on for 25 weeks, or even 26 weeks if I wanted to. But I'm also planning on playing the expansion, the Yuri's Revenge, which has another 14 missions, so it would really drag out, you know. So for that reason, I'm gonna be doing 2 videos per day for this game. Let's start with the training missions. Because of course, we don't know how to play.
Good morning, Commander, and welcome to basic training.
Good
There's
morning.
a war on, so we have to make this a crash course. In front of you is your battlefield control interface. With this interface, you can command any soldier on the field. Let's begin with the new recruit you see in the center of your screen. Move him away from his barracks and out into the field. Left-click on the soldier to select him. Then, left-click on empty ground to move him to that location. Try not to get him killed on the way to the shooting range.
Now a fun fact is that I know that you can in fact lose this if you destroy one building. Or if, for instance...
Now that you've mastered the difficult task of commanding a single soldier, try ordering around a squad. First, select all of the men by left-clicking and holding down the mouse button. In this mode, you can drag a selection box around all of your men. Select all of the soldiers at once and order them east to the bridge.
Okay, so another way you could lose this is by killing one of these guys.
On the move.
So... I have to move him over here. Now sadly this game runs this slow, but we'll just have to deal with that. In skirmish and online play, you could do it a lot faster.
Move it out.
Here's the bridge.
This bridge was destroyed yesterday when the Navy SEALs used it for demolition practice. An engineer is en route to repair it. When he arrives, left-click on him to select him, then left-click on the repair hut next to the bridge. Once the bridge is repaired, move your men across.
I have the tools. Engineering.
Now, I've been said that you could use this engineer to do something else, but sadly, I don't know how to do that. But you're supposed to send this engineer into this repair bridge, or this bridge repair hut, and then move these guys over. Could I potentially? No. Now this is this will be
This is the
explained
shooting
later.
range. Select your men by drag selecting a box around the group. Once selected, left-click on the targets downrange. This will order your men to fire at these targets. Destroy all of the targets.
Squared away, on my way.
This guy has got to go to the
Structure
pooper,
Structure abandoned.
Sir,
and he's
yes,
done.
sir. Double time.
Oh, I have to destroy both of them.
Notice that one of your men has a special symbol on him when he's selected. This unit is a veteran unit. Veterans are tougher, stronger, and can fire more accurately than ordinary soldiers. Double-click on the man who is set up in a defensive position to order him to move out. Now, order your men to move on up the road.
New terrain discovered.
So, let's see.
In front of you is a derelict American Grizzly battle tank. Order your men to destroy the crippled tank.
Not yet. Not yet. The thing that I wanted the engineer, the helicopter for, is that this bridge is also destroyed. And apparently, there is a way, and like I said, I don't know how, to repair this bridge instead. And there's supposed to be something here with a message, and I sadly don't know how to do that. Now these GIs, as they are called, are the basic anti-infantry, anti-structure infantry of the Allies. And if you hit deploy, the D key, by default, they will get these sandbags around themselves, and they'll have a heavier machine gun, doing more damage, and also allowing for greater range.
The tank than the targets at the rifle range. Regular soldiers are not efficient at destroying armored units. In turn, armored units may not be the most effective weapons for destroying dug-in infantry. Pick the right unit when facing enemies. Good job today. You've completed an important part of your training.
Thank you.
Mission accomplished.
Yay! Splendid. So, we immediately jump into the next training day. And as you can see, we start with some money up here in the top right.
Mock battle against another commander. He will command the red team, you will command the blue team. Select your mobile construction vehicle by left-clicking on it, then order it to move out of the base. Move out to the east and try to find some open ground.
Will do, will do. Now there is an Easter egg in this mission that I do know.
Your mobile construction vehicle is now in open ground. Double-click on it to deploy a construction yard.
And since I already know how this game works,
you can begin to build a base. On the right side of your screen, you can see that the icon for a power plant has appeared. Left-click on that icon to start construction of the power plant. Notice how your remaining money decreases while the power plant is building. Each building has a cost to construct. When the power plant is done, good. Now your base has power. Notice the power indicator on the left side of your build bar. Each structure you build has a power cost. If your base runs short of power, some buildings will stop working and others will work inefficiently. Now it's time to build a refinery so you can begin harvesting. Ore and gems are harvested by your miners and converted to cash. Left-click on the ore refinery icon. When your refinery's ready, place it in the same way you did with the power plant.
Okay. Thank you. Now, as you can see, the gold-looking stuff on the ground, that's your regular ore. He also talked about gems, and that is these multicolored things. The gems are worth more than ore.
Construction complete.
So, what you want to do...
Your new chrono miner will automatically begin to collect ore.
Building.
Many buildings and units depend on one another. Placing a power plant allowed you to build a refinery and barracks. Placing a barracks will allow you to train infantry. Left-click on the barracks to start its construction. When it's finished, place it on the terrain just on the right-hand side of your screen. You should see a button that looks like a soldier. When you press that button, you will see the different types of soldiers that you can train. Right now, all you can train is a GI. Left-click on the GI to start training him. Left-click multiple times to train a series of GIs.
Unit ready.
So I'm sending this GI over down to this corner for the Easter egg. No. I think he's got a case of diarrhea. Let's see.
Now is not the time for potty breaks, Commander.
Structure garrisoned.
Now is not. Red team may attack soon. Your GIs are armed with rubber bullets for this mission. In real combat, they would, of course, be shooting real bullets.
Training.
So now I've got 13 GIs training, and I'm actually building another refinery.
Complete. Unit ready.
And this harvester is going over here, because there's also some ore over here.
Building.
Now, the thing about these kind of games in the
Unit
Command and
ready.
Conquer series, if you
Crates
build
can be collected
more...
for special bonuses. This one contains a cash bonus.
No, that was
Construction
cash,
complete.
not ore. If you construct
Unit
more
ready.
of these production
Building.
facilities, my infantry will produce faster.
Your GIs can garrison inside many civilian structures. Select one of your GIs, then left-click on the barn to send them in. While garrisoned, your troops are protected from enemy fire. When the structure is severely damaged, all occupants will be ejected.
Unit
Red Team Strike Force has been defeated. To exit your soldiers from a civilian structure, select the structure, then click on it again.
Construction complete.
There.
Building.
As you can see,
Unit ready.
it goes a lot faster now. However, I'm a very cruel
Construction
individual,
complete.
and therefore this game, as I like to call it, has mandatory animal cruelty. So, I now have my 30 GIs.
Structure
There
abandoned.
we go. If you want to do an attack move, hold Control and Shift, and then you'll see this rectangle being different, rotating the other way with red and green. And this is the attack move.
Unit lost.
Moving out. Digging in.
There we go. Careful for the barrels though.
Unit lost.
That's why.
Got it. Hooah! On the move. Yeah. Digging in.
Unit lost.
Yoink. There we go.
We're pinned down.
2 against 1. Now you have to be careful, the miners can actually crush these infantry guys.
Unit promoted.
There we go. Now this guy
On the move.
has killed quite a lot of stuff, and or at least was responsible for the destruction of the miner. Look at his range. Also, he heals very slowly over time.
Moving out.
So in the last training day we saw a guy with one chevron. Now that was a veteran one. This guy is called an elite.
Ready. On my way.
And you want to definitely protect and save your elites.
Sir. Yes, sir.
So, I have to destroy
Enemy sighted.
the barracks. Be careful, because sometimes infantry may pop out.
Hooah!
And next up is the power. A thing about power, and I'll show that to you. As you can see, I currently have 200 power, and I'm draining 150. But I can't sell it. So,
Building.
let's see about building a third refinery. In the meantime,
Attacking.
Unit promoted.
I'll just
Unit
destroy these
promoted.
two. There we go. Now, if I had more than one construction yard, I could build buildings much faster. But if I ran out of power, then the production of buildings and units would be slowed down a notch. And that is why, if you're going against other players, or even the computer, it's useful to go after power first. Let's see if I can get into low power mode.
Construction complete.
There we go. 200 to 200.
Building.
One more refinery or barracks. And I'm gonna go into low power.
Construction complete.
There we go.
Low power.
Production slowed.
Training.
It's still quite
Unit
fast,
ready.
but that's because I have 5 barracks. Otherwise, it would be crawlingly slow.
Cleared away, sir.
Well,
Safety first, sir.
I've done just about everything I
Unit
could
promoted.
do. And we've got yet another elite guy. And as you can see, this elite guy's been completely healed.
Orders. Attacking. How about some action? Moving out. Squared away.
Now
sir.
these two are the heroes of the people.
Orders. Orders. How
So
about some action?
they
Get
will
in.
have the honor of destroying the construction yard. And these two guys do pretty much the same amount of damage as all of those guys combined.
Good job, Commander. You've defeated the Red Team. Your basic training is complete.
And I'm sorry, but that's going to be doing it for me today. I hope that you've enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up. It helps out a great deal. I am Paul with many voices. I thank you all for watching. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.